Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to Harry's Highlights. On this video, we're going to talk about the book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Now, this book is all about understanding your subconscious mind and the effect it has on your life. See, life is nothing but the combination of your dominating thoughts. The way you view and see the world is purely made up and affected by the thoughts you have on the inside. So taking that into account, you have to actively communicate with your subconscious mind. If you are feeding it negative thoughts, feeding it negative talk, you're going to see negative things. See, based on the power of the subconscious mind, the laws of attraction, they work together to create the reality that's around you. If you're saying a lot of positive self-talk to yourself, positive thoughts and all this positivity, cultivating a positive garden in your mind, the law of attraction will work with you to not only bring that into your life, but show you other areas in your life that are positive. Your subconscious mind is working there, your reticular activating system will be there, recognizing positive thoughts or positive topics and things that you've been telling yourself. The law of attraction will bring those into your life, and you will then be experiencing more positivity. The exact same goes if you think negative. If you think negative, talk negative, and always cultivating negative thoughts, the law of attraction, the power of your subconscious mind will work together, and your reticular activating system will then recognize negative things happening in life, and you will be exposed to more negativity. It's extremely powerful understanding how your subconscious mind and everything else works together in harmony. See, what you write on the inside, you'll experience on the outside. So if in your thoughts and in the deep dark parts of your mind there, if all your thoughts are always negative and victim-based and always about how bad things are going to be, you will then start to experience that on the same side, on the outside. But if on the other side, in every part of your mind there is always positive, and you're always thinking positive thoughts and how great things can be, and abundance, and how successful and how much happiness you're going to experience, your mind will start to see that, and your reticular activating system will start to pick up on all the positive things in life. You'll wake up when it starts raining, you'll think, great, don't have to water the garden. The negative person will think, great, I'm going to have soggy shoes. Complete difference in their thoughts on the inside strongly affects their vision on the outside. So there's a great way the point that they say that the person who thinks they're rich will be rich. The person who thinks they're poor will be poor. That's the power of the subconscious mind, where it works 24 hours a day. When you're sleeping, when you're awake, when you're eating, when you're showering, no matter what you're doing, your subconscious mind is like a video, always like recording. Any stimulus that's available in the area, it'll be recording. Then your conscious mind then has to categorize it all and then bring it to the surface for what you consciously think about. What you can do is you can tap into the power of the subconscious mind and keep feeding it positivity. If you keep feeding it positivity, it's going to record, and your reticular activating system will pick up and highlight the positive things in your life. Your conscious mind will bring that to the surface, and your dominating thoughts will all be positive. Therefore, the things that you see will always be positive. And you'll view everything as positive. You'll always experience positive, and in turn, you'll have a better quality of life. That's part of the power of the subconscious mind, and everyone has access to it. It's just about knowing it and working it like a muscle. It's a skill. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. It's something you've got to work at. But the beauty in it is that you have control over it. You have the opportunity to utilize it to the best of your advantages for you to experience more out of life. See, you've got to visualize your goals every day. The things you want out of life, you have to think about them. Why they have dream building? Why they have these things where they say, think about what it is you want. Because when you think about it, people think in pictures. So you visualize what it is you want. You imagine yourself standing there, whatever it may be. Say it may be driving that brand new car. You want a Ferrari. You want it to be red. You want it to have red and white cream seats. You want it to have leather wrapped steering wheel. You want it to have a speedo that, goes from one half of the car to the other. You want to have nothing but wood grain on the inside. You visualize and see that. Just as the person who sees nothing but poverty, who sees nothing but failure and despair, sees himself there in nothing but a pair of ragged jeans, sitting underneath a bridge with a little campfire while it rains on the outside and it's cold and miserable. That is what you visualize, and that is what you'll move towards, because your subconscious will look for that. So visualize your goals every single day, and your subconscious mind will find ways to make it happen. Great example of this one is that same person that comes home and says to their wife, why did you spend so much money on shopping? We need to save money. We're only making this much. We'll come back the next week after getting roped into stopping by the car dealership. And they tell them, just imagine yourself driving this one home You know, the comfort of this seat. You're sitting in it. You're experiencing it. They'll come home that following week, that point, and say, here's all the ways that we can, if we save here and here and here, we can be able to have this car. They couldn't put that same thought process into how to save money, you know, when it came to without having the car, without just making the goal have money. But once they had a visualization of their goal, they were working towards having a new car. All of a sudden they worked out, if we eat bread for a week, we'll save, you know, a couple $100. Do that for a couple months, we'll have enough money to put a deposit on this new car. But previous to that one didn't have a goal, when it was just, oh, we need to save money. There was nothing specific. There was no target to work towards. There was no thought. Their subconscious wasn't looking for ways to create solutions to the problem of, we need to save more money. It's like, okay. And then when a problem came up, it's like, you spent too much money on food, subconscious kicks in and goes, hey, we could have saved money there. But only when that problem came up, there was no goal that they were working towards, specific goal. So you've got to visualize specific goals, whatever that may be. I want to be making $1,000 next month. Next year, I want to be living in a new country. Next month, I want to be living in a new house. You need to visualize it, and your subconscious will work with you to make it happen. If you start thinking about, I want to live in a new country next year, all of a sudden, you'll start seeing that country all around. If I start talking about red cars, as soon as you start driving, walking, being anywhere outside, you'll start to notice how many red cars there are. They've always been there, but it's only now that it's become your dominating thought, your subconscious is using its reticular activating system to start noticing them. They were always there, but now you become aware of them. The same thing will happen if you visualize and think about your goals. If your goals become your dominating thought, all of a sudden you'll start to notice all these different areas and solutions for you to be able to achieve your goals. That is why it is so important to visualize your goals, and that is part of the power of your subconscious mind. Now, to succeed in life, you must replace your fears with positive thoughts. If you think about all of the bad things that can happen, that is what you'll focus on and go to. See, when I was a kid, I used to skateboard, and some of the guys at the skate park taught me. They said a lot of people fear falling off because it hurts. We're falling onto concrete. We're not wearing pads and stuff like that. That wasn't cool. So they would say that if you wanted to do something, you're in the skate park. Don't focus on the thing that you don't want to hit, or you don't want to trip over, or you don't want to fall into. You need to focus on where you want to go. So when you're going speeding out towards something, you wanted to go over a ramp, you didn't focus on not hitting the lip and, you know, potentially falling over. You focus on past it because that's where you wanted to go. So you'd do that. You'd go pick up all the speed and you'd go straight over this ramp over, and you'd land almost every single time. The times that I fell off were the times where I took my eyes off my goal and I focused on the fear of something bad that I didn't want to happen, and my mind took me there. That same principle will happen in your life. If you focus on all the things you don't want, your mind is dominating thought is all the things you don't want. It can't help but notice them and lead you towards that. But if you focus on all the things that you do want, your mind will work with you to move in that direction. Just as that skateboarding example I used, every time I focused on where I needed to land, where I wanted to be, I landed there every single time. The second I stopped was when I fell off track. And the same thing will happen to you. The second you stop thinking or visualizing your goals will be the moment that your mind will take you away from them. So you have to keep that in mind, that you have an unlimited, untapped resource there of your subconscious mind. It will work with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. Rain, hail, shine, public holiday, no matter what the situation, no matter what country you're in, no matter what language you're speaking, no matter what culture you have, no matter what belief system you follow. Your subconscious mind will work with you, provided you program it. No one else programs it, nobody else has any effect on it but you. You decide. Your conscious mind is the gatekeeper to the subconscious mind. So if your conscious mind decides, I'm going to think about these things, it'll then give that information to the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is just there and ready. So it is an obedient worker saying, tell me what to do and I will do it. Your conscious mind is basically the leader and says, here's all the things I want you to do. So you need to tell your conscious mind what to focus on. So it will feed that information to the subconscious mind, then which will help you tirelessly, day and night, to achieve those things or to get those things, whatever they may be. So, to summarize quickly, I spoke about how understand that life is nothing but the combination of your dominating thoughts. Whatever you think about most is what you'll notice in life. If your dominating thoughts is all about how grateful you are of everything you have, you wake up and you go, you know what, I can wake up, I can have a shower. There's a roof over my head, clean water, food in the fridge. What a wonderful opportunity I have. That'll be the life that you see. If you wake up and see like a victim mentality and it's like, here I am again, another day, got to go to work, or another day I have to do this one, and you miss out and you ignore all of the things you're grateful for, you'll have a miserable life, and that's what you'll focus on. So you've got to actively communicate with your subconscious mind. You have to actively talk with it. You have to be continually programming, here's the things I want you to work on. You can't just expect it to it's like a child. If you don't give it direction, it'll start to wander. But if you give it, here's a list of things I want you to do, make sure they happen, it'll work. Day and night, tirelessly, provided you give it the instruction. Now remember, what you write on the inside, you will experience on the outside. So you have to make sure, just as you want your child to grow, you'd speak to it positively. Just with your mind, you should speak to it positively, and you will experience that on the outside. See, understanding that there's that saying that goes, the person who thinks they're rich will become rich. The person who thinks they're poor will become poor. Everything happens and begins in the mind. They say success is only 6 inches away because it's the space in between your ears. Everything that has ever happened, good or bad, has started in someone's mind. And once you can understand that and own that, you can then understand the true power and control you have across your life. But you have to visualize your goals every single day. You have to make sure it is a habit, habitual thinking of positive thoughts, and repetition. Repetition is the mother of all skill, and positive thoughts is a skill. It's not a talent. Everyone has the opportunity to learn it. A talent is something you're inherently born with. So understand that, maintain that commitment to having positive thoughts, making it a positive habit, and you'll experience positive life. Just remember, to succeed in life, you have to replace your fears with positive thoughts. If you allow your fears to creep in, they're like weeds in a garden. If you don't address them, they'll eventually take over, and they will ruin a beautiful garden. So make sure that you're always aware of the thoughts that you feed your mind, what you allow in there, and understand that your conscious mind is the gatekeeper, and that you have the power to feed your subconscious mind positive or negative information. Now, we'll be making a lot more of these videos with the training series to help you with your personal development goals. So that's all for now. But until next time, leave a comment below on all the things you liked hearing, and I'll look forward to talking about you more and sharing with you more in the next episode of Harry's Highlights.